Forget every other gaming platform you know. Forget the AAA launches, the fancy graphics, and the meticulously crafted narratives. While the rest of the industry was busy trying to build the next cinematic blockbuster, Roblox, a platform built on user-generated chaos, was taking over the world. They've just broken their own all-time concurrent user record, hitting a stunning 47.4 million players at the exact same moment. It's a statement. It's a loud, booming declaration that what the people truly want is a digital sandbox where they can run wild, build their own games, and, as we'll find out, engage in bizarre televised rivalries. The triumph is even sweeter when you consider the backdrop. According to the article, this all-time high was achieved despite recent controversies and lawsuits regarding user safety on the platform. And I promise you we will get to that later. So, while they're popping digital champagne corks for their achievement, the backdrop is a court case and a public relations nightmare. It's a spectacular visual of a company dancing on a minefield, perfectly confident that they won't blow up because the song is too good to stop. And what, pray tell, was the event that brought about this shift? This wasn't a collaboration with a major celebrity or the launch of a new highly anticipated title. It was an event known as the Admin War. This grand feud pitted the developers of two of the platform's most popular games, Steal a Brainrot and Grow a Garden, against each other. It's the kind of epic conflict that would make an old war strategist weep, a clash between a game collecting digital junk and one about digital horticulture. The entire gaming world, it seems, was starving for this exact deeply weird showdown. This rivalry wasn't a secret, it was a carefully orchestrated spectacle. The developers used social media to stoke the flames, creating a narrative of good versus evil, or at least
a gardener versus a thief.
The fact that this is completely user-driven drama was powerful enough to pull in tens of millions of players and set a world record for the entire platform is a glowing reflection on the genius of its creators and the utter unpredictability of the Roblox ecosystem. Now let's get down to the facts and figures because the numbers here are truly breathtaking. The article states that Steal a Brainrot alone brought in 20 million concurrent players, while Grow a Garden outdid it with a more impressive 21.1 million. This isn't a small spike, it's a sustained frenzy that made them the most engaging titles on the platform in the third quarter of 2025. It's a level of success that would make a conventional game studio green with envy. And what did the corporate side have to say? A Roblox strategy consultant named James Purell, a man with a name that sounds like it should be on a bottle of hand sanitizer, was there to provide a beautifully sanitized quote. He confirmed that this was the highest concurrent player count for any gaming platform and praised the developers for their ability to keep millions of people engaged.
It's a textbook corporate response. Praise the product and completely ignore the problems that are literally happening in the next room.
The Admin War wasn't just a passive competition, it was a full-blown spectacle with a surprisingly noble cause. The developers, Jandal of Grow a Garden and Sammy Spider of Steal a Brainrot, took their digital rivalry public. Jandal laid down the challenge on Twitter, declaring an official admin abuse war against Sammy. The wager, you ask? A truly charitable one, but framed with maximum smack talk. Jandal announced he would donate $5,000 to the charity Team Water for every 1 million players he had more than Sammy's game during the event. Sammy, of course, accepted the challenge and matched the wager. Now, this is the kind of high-stakes, low-substance drama that fuels the modern internet. It was a digital duel for a good cause, but the real prize was the ego boost of winning the war and bragging rights to have a bigger player count. Forget traditional marketing, the most effective strategy for raising a player base is apparently a public, ridiculous, and slightly unhinged charity challenge. The Admin War was less a war and more a chaotic live event with a silly theme. Players who wanted to participate were told to show up to the game dressed as green beans, a requirement that instantly gave the entire event a sense of surreal communal madness. Sammy's side summoned hordes of Brainrot characters, which is exactly what it sounds like, in an effort to overrun the game world. In response, Jandel's side used a black hole event to vacuum up the invading Brainrot army. This wasn't about winning or losing so much as it was about being there to watch the chaos unfold. The fact that millions of players were willing to dress as a vegetable and be part of a digital war between two developers says everything about the power of user-generated content and the complete lack of self-awareness acquired to participate in it. Now the true heroes here are the developers. They didn't have a team of 100 people or a multi-million dollar budget. They had an idea, a social media presence, and a complete understanding of what makes people click. They created a war between two bizarre concepts, and in the process, they broke all of Roblox's records. However, their success also highlights a sort of a disturbing truth. The platform's biggest wins come from decentralized user-driven chaos that the company itself cannot control. Sure, Roblox provides the tools, but the community provides the soul. The fact that this entire event happened while the company was defending itself in court suggests a platform that is either too hands-off or unable to effectively manage its own creators and users. Now to address the big elephant in the room, and guys, mind you, I will not be joking in the next part because this is not something to be joking about. The controversies surrounding Roblox are not a minor footnote to the company's success. The platform faces legal and public relations challenges with a notable lawsuit filed by the Louisiana Attorney General. The lawsuit alleges that Roblox has knowingly enabled the unethical exploitation of children on its platform. These claims, which include detailed accounts of the online and real-life consequences of the alleged activities, have brought the issue of user safety to the forefront. This legal action is part of a broader concern raised by parents, child safety advocates, and lawmakers about the safety of young users on the platform. The allegations highlight a potential disconnect between the platform's public image and the reality of its content moderation and user safety policies. The lawsuit seeks not only to hold the company accountable but also to force a change in its operations. Beyond the lawsuit, the company has faced accusations that its platform's designs and features, such as direct messaging and private servers, makes it easy for unethical people to operate on. Critics have also pointed to the company's past struggles with moderating inappropriate content, including a high volume of graphic material, and argue that these issues are a direct result of the company's failure to invest sufficiently in user safety from the outset. In response to the legal challenges and mounting public pressure, Roblox has implemented a series of new safety measures. The company has rolled out ID verification for certain games and has expanded its use of AI tools for content moderation. However, these changes have been met with skepticism from some critics who argue that they are insufficient to address the nature of the problem. Roblox has publicly defended its safety protocols, stating that protecting children is their top priority and that they have invested in a comprehensive safety environment. They've also pointed to their regular safety reports and collaborations with law enforcement as evidence of their commitment. The company has argued that the lawsuits misrepresent the platform's safety features and that they are fighting the allegations in court. The company also took a controversial step by banning vigilante groups, online communities that had been attempting to self-police the platform by reporting and exposing unethical individuals. They justified the ban by stating these groups' methods were unsafe, but critics view the decision as an attempt to suppress independent oversight. This ongoing debate about content moderation and the company's ability to protect its most vulnerable users remains a central challenge to the platform's long-term reputation and financial health. Now that we've addressed this, let's go back to the story. It basically serves as a valuable lesson in what people truly want from a game. It's not always about hyper-realistic graphics or deep emotional storylines. Sometimes it's about a bizarre rivalry between a brainrot collector and a gardener. The success of these games shows a deep-seated desire for low-stakes, high-engagement content. It's a glorious, disorganized, and completely unpredictable expression of what the gaming audience craves. So there you have it, guys. The secret to breaking the all-time concurrent user record is to facilitate a social media war between a game that embraces the absurd and a game that promotes wholesome growth.
It's a showcase of the power of pure creativity and a complete disregard for traditional gaming norms.
While the rest of the industry is busy polishing their gems, Roblox is busy presiding over a chaotic user-driven machine that is simultaneously celebrating its greatest triumph and fighting for its reputation. And for that, we can only watch with both fascination and a degree of concern. So, what do you guys think? Did this record-breaking success prove Roblox's chaotic model is working, or is it a sign of a much bigger hidden problem? Let me know your thoughts in the comment below. And guys, once again, thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing for more content in the future. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.